it's a thinner audience than normal, but perhaps it's because of demonetization. People have standing in queues at the bank instead of being here. But I think there isn't anyone who's been here who's coming for the first time to this series. Well, Sunita, I think perhaps you are. You are. I'll just give you a very brief thing that, several years ago, almost 5 years ago, as practicing architects, myself and some other people were a little concerned about the fact that architects were so out of touch with normal society, and they seem to be living in a world of their own. It's not as bad here as it is in the West, where they even speak a private language, and which no one can understand. But here at least we don't have a private language yet, because you speak in English, which can be understood by everybody. But still, there seemed to be an increasing gap between what architects are doing and wanting to do and what social norms and aspirations are. So we started a kind of group of loose association of people, of architects by and large and allied disciplines, who met in an irregular manner and without any agenda, but over a period of time, in the Delhi Urban Art Commission, where the chairman at that time was kind enough to ask us to use their committee room. We did that for a few years, and we felt that we weren't really, and then anyway, the DUAC, the administration changed, and they were being a bit uncomfortable about this kind of what should I say, a kind of unregulated, unrecognizable group of people. It didn't fit into any of their norms, and why they were meeting and etc. So they started asking questions. So then I approached Indian Habitat Center, and they said that this appeared. I said, architects must speak to society, and we must have a forum where architects and society can actually exchange, get into some kind of dialogue, begin to. So they said, fine, this sounds like a cultural event to us. So they allowed us to, and every month they allow us to use this space. If this is not available, we use something else. But I prefer this room because it's actually a rehearsal theatre. And the dialogue is best done in a theatre. In any case, I think any serious creative work is done in theatres, nowhere else really. And it's a pity that our public places are like theatres. I think Surajit, whom I wish to introduce today, we've been doing this now for 15, 16 months. I think this is the 16th edition of this series, Architecture and Society. And today I have great pleasure to introduce Surajit Sarkar, who is a professor in Ambedkar University and who started something called the Community Center for Community Knowledge. Now, this is a wonderful idea, and Ambedkar University has been, I think, very innovative in the many things that it's doing, this being one of them. And Surajit has this great idea about neighbourhood museums, which he will explain to you. So, I think nothing more needs to be said. Surajit, you'll put across your presentation. I'll sit in the. Okay, I'll stand. Okay, hello and good evening.
As was just pointed out a little while ago, you are one of the few people working with memory. Well, one of the things that the Center for Community Knowledge, and in particular at Ambedkar University and myself over the last couple of decades, essentially I've been working with memory from different parts of the country, different groups of people for different purposes. Here, today's presentation actually is a kind of, the latest version of it is in Delhi in what we're trying to call the Neighbourhood Museum program, which are a series of temporary pop-up museums in localities about the locality, by the people in the locality, facilitated by the university. This has led to very many interesting kind of discussions, suggestions, directions to go. Why it has come up to this actually is about a 20-year-old story. You'll get to see some of it later on in the presentation, why and how it's come up to this. But right now, let's begin from what our latest avatar of the working with memory idea is. I mean, all of us are aware that while memory is used in many things, from history to ecology and environment, actually to even in the sciences, to be able to study memory by itself has not really been a subject of study in that sense. It's not that people never have. I mean, a whole lot of people have been working on memory, but the way memory is constructed, they appear from different disciplines. They're starting.